What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now, we're sitting at 22,956. We're down about 1%. What I want to do is take a look at Bitcoin here on the monthly time frame. We're going to work into the 1 hour time frame, really get you guys some details. At the end, if I have some time, we're going to get into the DXY as well and the VIX. We've been talking about those and how those might put a little bit of pressure on Bitcoin as well as equities. And we saw a little bit of that this week. I was still expecting a little bit more of a drop, guys. I think Bitcoin's held up better than I even anticipated that it was gonna. I was anticipating somewhere around that 20,000. We'll have to see how the week ends up closing here. We got today and tomorrow, but for me, Bitcoin has been holding up a little bit stronger than I was anticipating. So congratulations to the bulls and anybody who got this move. For me right now, because we do not have a monthly uptrend, we have a daily uptrend and a weekly uptrend. We do not have a monthly uptrend. And what I want for me to take a nice position is to have that wind at my back. And typically you want to have all three of those aligned: a monthly uptrend, a weekly uptrend, and a daily uptrend. And that's really going to show that you got the wind at your back. And that's what's most important for me. So right now, when we're taking a look at the monthly time frame, last month we had a beautiful bullish engulfing candle. We've been holding up pretty well this month, haven't had a ton of selling so far. The main thing for me is that we have not had our bullish MACD cross yet. This is something that I'm really paying a lot of attention to, because that's going to show that we have that monthly wind at our back, and right now we have not crossed to the upside yet. So that's something I'm still keeping an eye on. Right now we're at negative 2477 on the MACD, so really keeping an eye, see if we can get that cross. You can see we have slowed down a little bit in that downtrend, but we have not got that confirmation. And typically when we get that confirmation, that's when we really get in those strong bull markets. And right now, guys, if we just put a vertical line on this, last time we crossed to the upside and we take a look where that was at, you can see right in this range, and we ended up going up another almost 600%. So if you're feeling FOMO right now and saying, oh man, I missed out and everything, guys, I really don't believe that you did. I think we're going to get some better buying opportunities. That's just my opinion. Typically patience pays off in this space. And for me, guys, I don't want to rush into anything, because these relief rallies that we can have in Bitcoin can be ferocious. I mean, this one back in this range, we'll just measure a few for you here. This was about 47% right there. We'll go back to previous bear markets. So relief rallies can be extremely powerful, and what they can do is suck in the retail traders so that the whales can dump their coins or their liquidity. You can see this one here, guys. This relief rally went up almost 100% before in 2017. I remember living through this right here. Then you can see in this range back here, this was a really nice move. Almost for 5 months, we went up 365%, all to just give it back essentially and retest the lows. So in my opinion, what I believe will happen for Bitcoin is that we need a retest of the lows again. I'm not saying we have to break down through those lows, excuse me, but a retest of 15,500. If we are able to hold that, have nice bullish candlestick pattern off there on some volume, that may be the bottom for us. But right now, guys, anyone who's telling you that the bottom's in for sure, I still think it's too early. We're trading below, even right now, our 200-week moving average still. So we've spent a massive amount of time. We've been trading below it since June, and we have not been able to get up above it. And I've been showing you guys my order blocks up in here. So this is a Lux order block detector, and I believe this does a really nice job. You can see back in here, did a really nice job. Here we got up to this 200. We've tweezer topped right now, and there's been some selling pressure coming in, and now we have to see if we can hold. It's going to be about $21,500 is going to be the area. So all that selling pressure up in here, Bitcoin still has to have the strength to get up through that. If we take a look at our MACD, we do have our bullish MACD cross still intact here. So we crossed to the upside. This was back in August, and ever since then we have been to the upside. So we got to keep an eye on that as well. We want that to continue for us. And stepping back, guys, for the order block, it's looking like there could be some buy pressure right around 18,226. Then the next major area I'd see on the weekly time frame here is going to be at about 9,000, right in that range in terms of the order block. So just something to keep an eye on. If we get into the 1 day time frame, and also, if you guys get some from these videos, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Guys, I'm not being a downer by any type of means. I'm not short in the market. I'm not a bear in terms of that. But for me, I just don't want to be fooled by Bitcoin. I've seen it happen before. I've seen people get sucked in. Could we be at the anger phase right now of the Wall Street cheat sheet? I'm not sure. But for me, I got to have that confirmation, and I got to have that wind at my back. I'm not just going to take guesses. And for this move, we essentially came right off the lows here. So we came off the lows, we pushed up really high, and for people who weren't in a position, to me, this is something that you don't want to chase, right? I'm going to wait for a great opportunity, maybe start back around that 18,000 to slowly accumulate some position. We'll have to see what price is doing at that range if we get to that range. But my main area is a retest of the lows here. I want to see what happens with a retest of the lows. In many bear markets, that's what happens in equities as well, that you'll have to retest those lows, show that they're in, bulls buy from that area, and then that marks in. People say, okay, the bottom's in. So for right now, I still think it's too early to say that the bottom's in, and that's just my opinion, being a more conservative person in this space who's traded in this space now for over 6 years. I've seen a lot, guys. I've lived through a lot of market cycles, and I just don't want people to get hurt. That's my main thing. Risk management is the number one most important thing in this space. You'll always have opportunities to get in. So on the 1 day time frame there, you can see these order blocks up top here had some nice selling pressure right around this range. We've really been watching this area here. So getting a nice little sell off from that area up around 25,500. In terms of our MACD, we actually have a MACD cross to the downside now, guys. And what you can see is a little negative divergence here. So we pushed up, and you can see the high of the MACD here. We got all the way up to about 1,575, and now we pushed up again, and you can see that our MACD is lower, so we have that bearish divergence on our MACD that we do have to pay attention to. Now, the thing that's going for Bitcoin is we're still holding this 200-day moving average. So we're holding our 200-day moving average, but we're not up above our 200-week moving average. So that's also something I want to see, guys, trading up above both, which will be more confirmation that the bottom's in, and we just don't have that yet. So like I said, just be careful out there. That's the main thing. If we get into the 4-hour time frame, take a look at this. And also, guys, I'd love to know what you've been doing. Have you been dollar cost averaging like we were talking about for numerous videos around 17,000, 15,000? You know, we said, hey, this is a good opportunity to dollar cost average in if that's your game. Me, I'm just patiently waiting for a great opportunity. But if you've been dollar cost averaging, I would love to hear it. If you've been trading positions long, short, just put long, short. I would love to hear what you guys are doing. I'm sitting back, patiently waiting in cash for a great opportunity, and I'm going to continue to trade the stock market. That's where I'm finding good opportunities, and I'm just waiting patiently for crypto to turn around for us. So in terms of the 4-hour time frame, you can see the sell blocks right in this range, guys. About that 23,000 could be a tough area for us, and then it'd be up to around that 24,000. So we got to keep an eye on that because we had a nice little pullback here or retracement, and the most likely scenario that I would see here is a lower high coming in, and then we come down and try to test this area right here because we pulled back so much. Even if we do get a bounce, many times it's tough to go to a higher high. So you can see here how we fell. We actually had a really nice bounce. I wasn't anticipating us to go up. I was kind of anticipating the same thing where we came up to this range and then potentially came down, but we didn't clear it. We didn't get a higher high by much, right? And then that showed the weakness to the downside there. So just be careful in that range, guys. We are still holding the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, but it's getting a little bit squirrely here. We're retesting as we speak right now. If we get into the 1-hour time frame, okay, and on the 1-hour time frame, main support we'd be looking at here, if we drop a little bit farther, we'd look to see if we could have support at about 21,737, and then it'd be down around that 20,800. And also, if you guys like seeing these order blocks, this is something that I just started showing you. It's something that I really like to use. You let me know if this has helped you as well, because in my opinion, it helps you wait for support or resistance. So say I wanted to take a long, guys, I'm on the 1-hour time frame here. I wouldn't take this just due to the fact we're trading below our 200 moving average. What I like to do is, say I was taking a short. I don't short Bitcoin, but say I was taking a short, you would want to be underneath the 200, and then you would also want something similar to this. So up above the zero line, and we're crossing down, and that potentially could be a short. So if I'm trading on the 1-hour time frame, I'm never going long when we're below this 200 moving average, right? And then I'm never going short when we're up above the 200 moving average. So it's a little thing. I want to actually put this out for you guys. It's a strategy that I like to use, mixing the MACD with the 200 moving average. It can really help you, and you can get some great entries. Okay, but for me right now, guys, this is not an opportunity going long just due to the fact on the 1-hour time frame we are trading below our 200 moving average right now. Okay, so bouncing back out to the 1-day time frame. Just stepping back, really taking a look at this here. Okay. So guys, I think it's tough just coming off the lows like this. And I don't watch a lot of YouTube videos, but I've seen just the thumbnails and everything of people saying that the bottom's in for sure. Be cautious out there, guys. You got to be cautious. You have to protect your money. And that's why I'm talking to you at the end here. There's going to be awesome opportunities in this space. I don't believe Bitcoin's dead. I don't believe crypto's dead. But I believe that we're in a tough time with our macroeconomics. The stock market's struggling right now. Tightening is going to continue like we've talked about. Many people are saying the Fed's going to cut. I don't believe it. right now with where inflation's at, everything's going on. There's going to be more pain to come. And with more pain to come, they're going to continue to pull money out of the system. They've been pulling money out of the system, which is the opposite of what they've been doing for the past 10 years or whatever, where they're just quantitative easing and putting that easy money in. Now they've been taking that out, so it's more difficult. And that's why we have to be more careful with these moves. It's harder to trust them when we're in the macro environment that we are. You know, you could have wars break out, anything that can take place. So you have to be careful and you have to protect yourself. That's going to be the main thing. So guys, that's going to be Bitcoin on the 1-day time frame. If we take a look quick at the DXY, the dollar, this is something we were pointing out in our last video, that we were starting a little uptrend there, and it has confirmed. So we had our low, we had our high, higher low. We were looking right in here, seeing if we could get above this 200-day moving average, and we're starting to. And what this could do is put pressure on crypto as well as equities whenever that dollar gets moving. So definitely keep an eye on that right now, guys. Dollar has been a little bit stronger here. The other thing we were looking at was the VIX. And the last time we were looking at it, it was around 20 here. We've gotten a nice little move. And what we've talked about, guys, when we get low, anywhere from around this 15 to 20, typically the VIX will start bouncing, and it's the inverse of equities for the most part. Sometimes, you know, they can balance out, but for the most part, when you see a really high VIX up into 35s, 40s, 50s, that's potentially when you want to go long in the stock market. When you see it real low like this, that's potentially when you want to go short in the stock market or take those positions off and really be protective. You can see this long area of support that we've had here for a long time. So we got a little bounce off that, but guys, you can see even the SIVA dump right up here, we got all the way up to 85 on our VIX. And typically for bear markets, to be able to get out of them, you need 48 or 50. So you can see my purple 50 mark here. I would expect us on the VIX to get up that high before equities get out of their bear market. And that's just me. And for equities, I do see us retesting the lows of 3,600. So we're going to see how all this pans out, guys. You know, I'm not losing anything. I'm patiently waiting and looking for a great opportunity. And I believe down the road, we're going to have some great opportunities if we are patient. So God bless you all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know what you got going on today. Take care.